And Ollie Watkins is going to get a yellow card for a dive. And Watkins already has a yellow card and is therefore dismissed. Well, VAR will check it. There is no touch. VAR are happy. And you'd like to think that he will learn from that.
The referee doesn't know, he's guessing if there's contact or not, because he certainly doesn't know, because I've watched it slowed down 3, 4, 5 times, and I don't know still.
What's Ollie said to you?
He said if there was slight contact, but he felt he was going to get hurt if he'd carried on going into him. He's touched it past the goalkeeper and he's gone down. Did he go down easily? Well, you have a look at the last 3 penalties Man United have had against us. Listen, there's a touch, but was it enough to go down? I mean, I've watched Man City last night and Raheem Sterling's got 4 touches in his back and doesn't get a penalty. And then today there is a penalty, and this is with Stockley Park watching it in slow motion. So you tell me what's happening, because I don't think the football world actually understands it anymore.
10 times now that United have come from behind to win a league game this season. That is some achievement.
Yeah, it's some achievement we've been talking about all season, really, but we don't really want to go behind, but it kind of gives us a little boost to come back and get the win. When we was going at half-time, we're still fully confident that we go out there second half and put a performance on and take home the 3 points.
The boy is exceptional. In and around the box, he manufactures finishes, right foot, left foot. He's even learning heading, getting assists. And what a guy to learn from. Edinson has done it all, and hopefully he'll keep on doing it for us.
You can't worry about Manchester City, really, but you want them to have to win it, I guess, rather than because you haven't won a game.
Yeah, it's unlikely that anything is going to... That's the biggest upset in football history, but at least we don't travel back to party on the blue side tonight.
Well, Solskjaer's given you your idea for your analysis to start with, which is Cavani and Greenwood.
Well, the master and his apprentice. What a special talent Greenwood is. And he's going to score a stack of goals over the next 10 or 15 years. He's bright, he's clever, his finishing is superb, will get better, left foot, right foot. His short backlift is very impressive. The way he gets his shot away early, all right, he scuffs that one, but it's the thought. I mean, this is brilliant. We've seen a couple with a left foot. Now it's with a right foot. I said about the short backlift. Across the goalkeeper there, someone should be coming in. I mean, this is just incredible. The touch and the turn. Too good, too clever for Mings. There he is there. Get off. See you later. Thanks very much. I mean, that is a youngster playing against someone. Then the apprentice off, the master on. Wow. First thing he has to do, help his team out defensively. He did that superbly well. I mean, I've spoken in glowing terms about Greenwood, but this guy is incredible. He's just deadly. Just watch his movement. The youngsters, any youngsters that are watching this programme, watch this guy's movement here. To get in there, the hunger to keep on scoring goals. Just watch him there. He gets in between the full-back and the centre half. They haven't got a clue where he is. And just a little flick finish. Absolutely magnificent. Been doing it for years, and they have to try and keep hold of him, because not only will it benefit the team, but it'll also benefit the youngsters, which are going to work with him every single day and look at him closely in training.
Yeah, you can see Mason Greenwood's stats there. And by the way, that was some player who's on top of that list in Big Norman. Goodness me. Yeah. 39 as a teenager for United. Just on the short backlift then. But he still seems to get power, even though his backlift is quite short.
And that's what's very, very impressive about him, because that's a difficult skill to have. And that's why, I mean, the keeper perhaps should have done better today, but it's because he takes that early. The keeper hasn't got time to set himself, to get down there because of that short backlift. But the impressive thing, what he does is, he can do it left and right.
Yeah.
Would you take him this summer?
100%. I think when I look at what we have at the top end of the pitch, you know, Kane's obviously number one. It looks like Dominic Calvert-Lewin's going to be going. But I think in those moments when you just need a clinical finisher, as young as he is, in front of goal, he's fearless.
When there was a squad of 23, I think it might have been difficult to get him in there. Now that there's 26, absolutely.
Again, because he's just something a bit different to other players who might be out wide.
If England are struggling for a goal, they can chuck him on, and because of that ability that we've just highlighted, absolutely, yeah.
Dean Smith was very strong in his views on the penalties at both ends, or the penalty that wasn't at one end and the penalty was at the other. We'll come on to the Ollie Watkins stuff in a minute. As far as the challenge on Pogba and then the rest of Villa's defending?
I think that's the bigger point. I think there needs to be more said about Villa's decision-making and defending at times. This is just reckless from Douglas Luiz. I mean, how many nibbles or bites do you want to be having? He's absolutely smashed Pogba in the back of the leg here. It's 100% a penalty. So you're 1-0 up at that point and you give away a stupid penalty. You've got an international centre-half who should know better in this type of situation. He's been sucked in. It's a brilliant bit of skill, don't get me wrong, by Mason Greenwood. But, you know, don't commit yourself as much. Get there and stand kind of firm. Get him going more down the line. He completely commits himself. He's not even close to Mason Greenwood when he has this shot. Stay off. Keep him trying to go in one way. He's about 1.5 yards off him by the time he hits that ball into the back of the net. And here, Concert doesn't even know where Cavani is. Matty Cash has lost him. We're talking about one of the deadliest predators in the game when it comes to operating in the box. He still doesn't know where he is. Matty Cash has lost him now, and they're at his peril. You know, at this point here, he's commanding everything that happens in that box. And, you know, his team defensively today, having gone 1-0 up, were miles off it.
Dean Smith's point in the interview there about watching City last night and Raheem Sterling getting nibbled at 4 times and not getting a penalty, and then comparing it to the Pogba one. The point is that, yeah, as you said, Sterling should have had a penalty last night.
Sterling should have had a penalty, and that was the correct decision today. I mean, he's had one bite at him, and he could have gone down. It was stupid. It was crazy to have another bite and give him the opportunity to go down again, and it was a foul and it was a penalty.
And Ollie Watkins?
It's not a penalty. You know, and you know, I give credit to the referee for this, because this is what I think everyone's been asking for. You know, I think when we slow it down eventually here, yes, there's a tiny touch on Ollie Watkins' knee, but Ollie Watkins he's trying to draw the foul here. You can clearly, that's where he will say, well, I've been touched, all right? We've seen numerous penalties this season where people have been tapped on toes and fell over. The obsession with contact. It is a contact sport, but it doesn't mean the minute you get tapped in the box that everything's a penalty. So I have to say, I think, you know, I was delighted to see a second yellow card given, because hopefully that will sit in people's minds that this has to stop.
I think Ollie Watkins thinks he's going to get clattered,
yeah,
and the keeper just manages to pull himself away there, whereas he's expecting to be hit hard. He just gets grazed, and it's not enough for him to go down like that.
But what you want is, if you're following your train of thought, is that is now the standard for the rest of this season and going into next season.
I found that this season far too many referees have just took the easy option and doing whatever the book says, rather than working off their feeling. They're in the moments, they can see it and they can hear things and they can make their own decisions. Today, he made his own decision and it was the correct one, and it was one that I think, you know, was the right decision.
Bruno Fernandes' penalty record is phenomenal. So what does he do that, whilst it doesn't guarantee success, it nearly guarantees success every time he takes a spot
he's
kick?
brave in what he does, because he has a look at the keeper. He's watching the keeper's movement. Now, he's looked at the goalkeeper there and thinks all the weight is on the goalkeeper's left-hand side, therefore the keeper has to dive to his right. So he's now picking that. At that second there, he's looking and thinking, I'm watching that, and he's going to put it to the goalkeeper's left, which is exactly what he does. It's brave. It's clever. It's very different. I mean, Jorginho does something similar. It's not for me. I wouldn't like that, but that works for him. He's taken 22,
just walloped it.
scored 21 and missed one, so it works for him. There are different ways to put the ball in the back of the net from penalties. Matt Letizia, who was one of the best I played with, and certainly in taking penalties, he used to look at where the goalkeeper was going to go, and he had enough belief in his ability that wherever he put it, the goalkeeper wasn't going to get it, was going to get it. So he was brilliant at it also, as is Bruno.
But just to reiterate, your technique was wallop it.
Hit it as hard as I could, pick my spot, just,
Yeah, well, yeah. Don't try and dress it up. Wallop it. One other line from that game. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer afterwards spoke about Harry Maguire, and he said he has a twisted ankle. Might be a few weeks, might be a few days. Who knows? They need to get it scanned on Monday morning. Right, next.